Hey guys, it's Ruthie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. I'm going to stop saying that. I think I'm going to stop saying that. Hey guys, it's Ruthie. Welcome to my channel where I talk all about my poopy problems and share what helps me with the hopes that it helps you too. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing all of these super helpful insights I got from taking a workshop over at Open Hearts Unite with Kristal Garcia, some of the things that she's offering, and how much I love and highly recommend you follow her work. So this is Kristal. She's a gem of a person. I first connected with Kristal in Clubhouse via Poetry Palace, and I heard her mention that she was having a workshop on transforming trauma into poetry. As soon as I heard that grouping of words, I just knew in my heart, I have to take this workshop. So I did, and I'm so happy that I did. So first I'm gonna share all the incredibly helpful insights I got from the other students in the class, as well as Kristal, and things that just came up when I was writing. And then I'll share with you all the things that Kristal is currently offering and some special deals so that you can get in on that and let her help you. She is so kind and gentle, but also encouraging in her ways of moving through these processes, of uncovering this darker stuff that's beneath you. Writing poetry, uncovering trauma, these aren't things that anyone else can do for you. These are things that you ultimately have to do for yourself, but people can be a huge help in guiding you through that process. And I can assure you that Kristal is incredibly mindful about other people's needs. And she was really effective at communicating just through her actions and her energy that she gives off, that she is there to be with you through that process. You never have to do it alone. Because it can get really scary and heavy to do this type of work, but she is such a comforting guide to bring you through that process, or to just be there as some mental support as you go through the process on your own. So this is the workbook that came with the workshop that I took. So one of the first prompts in the workshop involved joy. So she asked all these questions to kind of spark your memories of joyful times, and then ask you to write a poem about joy. So I will share the poem that I wrote, and I'll also share some insights from the poems of other people in the workshop. This is what I wrote. Jumping into water, laughing into sky, cuddling into arms, mom holding me with the love only mothers can give. Reminding of my triumphs, words of compassion feeding confidence, reminding of my power, to love myself deeply and fully, therefore love the world deeply and fully. That was a really sweet poem, short and sweet, Another woman in the workshop, Nicole, I will put all the links to all the things she's doing and put stuff up here about her. Another self-love advocate, she has a podcast called Resilience Required, which is just such a perfect pairing of words. And she is so talented, artist, creative, musician, and that's an artist, but she's a great person. So here are some quotes that I wrote down from the poem that she wrote about joy. So, joy is the absence of confusion. That is with me now. That is officially I say that to myself a lot. Joy is the absence of confusion. How perfect. Okay. I have a responsibility to my divine being. I am happily committed and married to myself. It is never too late to begin again. And this is a really good one. I pull sunshine into dark places. I pull sunshine into dark places. So great. So yeah, obviously she's a wonderful person. Please check out the things that she's doing. Another wonderful person in the workshop, Suave with 3 E's. He is an amazing musician and poet, and he has such a clear and concise way of putting things. And one thing that he said that really stuck with me in the workshop was affirmations equals alchemy. And that I've also been repeating to myself a lot since this workshop. And yes, exactly. Because affirmations It's the words that we speak to ourselves. It's the words we speak to others. The words that are in our reality. And word is the most powerful thing. So repeating things to yourself, it can transform the way that you feel on a deep and subtle level. And I just thought that was such a good way to put it. Affirmations equals alchemy. And then it also made me think about like witches and spells and just like how that stuff's real. Like it's maybe not as like fantastical as we see it in the movies, or maybe it's more fantastical than we see it in the movies. We don't know. But I think about words and affirmations differently now from that. Affirmations equals alchemy. And I love it so much. So thank you, Suave. Thank you, Nicole. You guys are fucking awesome. Okay. Now I'm going to share this poem that I wrote about expressing a traumatic event, but from the lens of self-care. So this does get a little bit dark, I guess, trigger warning. If you've experienced trauma in hospitals, which I'm guessing most of you who are watching this have. But it is written in an uplifting way, so don't worry, it's not too heavy. Okay. I lay in a cold and bright place. White is everywhere I look, but not a soft, comforting light, a harsh and invasive white light. The abrasiveness of the lights, foreshadowing the treatment to come. My mind wanders off, knowing I am better off to not remember. Specific details that will haunt my peace if I let them. So my mind wanders to where I feel safe. I remember this too shall pass. This pain, these tears are temporary. Nothing but a blink. I wander to my home, to my mama's arms and heartbeat, to chamomile tea, laughter with friends and family, cuddles with furry babies. I trust I will be there before I know it, and for now, I cover my eyes to the harsh lights. I forgot I wrote that. That's a good one. I gotta put that on the computer. See, not too bad. I mean, I'm sure you can relate if you have been in some frustrating and scary hospital situations. And that is really how I work through it. I spend a lot of time panicking and in tears when I'm in the hospital. And this is how I calm myself down. I just try to keep reminding myself it will be over soon. I will be feeling good and healthy before I know it. It sucks right now, validating how harsh and scary it is, but at the same time giving myself permission to fly away, to wander, and to not be fully present for all of it, because you gotta give yourself a break. Like, there's only so much pain that one person is capable of withstanding. And in those situations, I think it is completely fine to check out, and just do what you have to do to feel comforted and calm. And here's a poem I wrote during the workshop that is very uplifting and grounding, so I hope you like it. I am amazing because my heart beats, my lungs breathe, my ears hear. My tongue tastes, my skin feels, my nose smells. My eyes see, and my mouth speaks. My feet step, my legs walk, my stomach digests, my bones protect, my muscles support. My mind thinks, my hand writes, and my body loves. Another short and sweet, cute, very cute. Yeah, and then we wrote a poem to our inner child that I'm going to keep to myself. And I do want to talk for a second about inner child work, because there is a lot that you hear about inner child work and parenting your inner child. And to me, the way that I look at the inner child, it's in the realm of the ego and the lower self. All those words that kind of describe like your impulsive, self-destructive, impatient self. And to me, all of that is your inner child. They're all different versions of you at different ages throughout your life. And things that once served you when you were young, when you were a 5-year-old, did not serve you when you were 10, did not serve you when you were 15, and so on and so on. So there's all these things that we build up and all these defenses and reactions and impulses that once serve us that we kind of just get in a habit of doing even when they become self-destructive and no longer serve us. But simply by being aware that it's a habit and that it's something that once was a positive thing for us that is no longer positive, that can really help just loosen that grip on those impulses. Like, okay, I'll give an example of just defensiveness in general. Like when you're growing up, when you're a kid, a lot of us are taught that you have to kind of stand your ground, especially if you have older siblings or gotten bullied in any sense. Like you are taught that you need to have this armor and this like quick kind of snap back attitude to things when you feel threatened or when you feel like your safety is under attack. And I mean, forms of defensiveness can still serve you at any point in your life, but a lot of times we fall back into that defensive pattern and it ends up just making the situation worse. For instance, if you are a working professional or if you're a creative and someone is giving you critiques on your work or someone disagrees with you in any way, a lot of times our first reaction can be this like defensiveness, like we're trying to protect ourselves. But doing that doesn't allow you to get the benefit of the feedback that you're getting. And we have to remember that when you receive feedback, when you receive critiques, these are things that are meant to help you. And there's usually some little nugget that you can take out of someone's critiques or out of someone's disagreeing with you that will teach you a little bit more about yourself and about the world and about others. But if you stay in that defensive state, you rob yourself of that opportunity. So that's just an example of how your inner child's impulses can really get in the way if you're not aware of them. But for me, once I started to become a little bit more aware of my snippiness and my attitude problem that I get and just my fire self that comes out, I don't always have the strength to change it in the moment, but I can now be aware of what's happening and feel less confused. Because it used to happen a lot where I would snap out of nowhere and get really defensive and snippy and angry. And then I'd spend the next day being like, why did I do that? And just kind of like beating myself up about it. Like, why? Because I felt really bad about it. But now, even if I let it slip and I do go into that snippy state, I can really quickly notice that that's what I'm doing and be like, okay, I just need to take a break and remove myself from the situation and breathe and just remind myself that this situation does not require this response from me. And just give some comfort to my inner child who really wants to kind of like be seen at that moment, and let my inner child be seen and look, and I myself look at what's going on inside of me rather than trying to show it to everyone else around me. It's like I give myself that attention that my inner child is yelling for, you know? So that was kind of a tangent, but yeah, that's helpful stuff to think about. So now here are some notes that I took from the workshop. Yeah, I don't really know what prompts they are. It's just like a page of notes. So I'm just going to read through them and see if there's any gems. So self-love means everything. The world, happiness, peace, joy, motivation. Self-care is a prayer. Self-love is doing the things your future self will thank you for. We know that one. We love that one. Self-love just equals love. Self-care is the presence of self-love or a lifestyle of self-love. At times we can avoid joy when we're used to pain because we tend to create the environment that we are used to. So if we're not used to feeling joy and happiness or don't truly know what that is like, then we can get stuck kind of creating the environments that we're comfortable with, even if that is harmful. So trauma does not equal strength. Self-love equals strength. This is something that really kind of blew my mind and blew my world up for a little bit when I first heard it, because ever since I went through all my health issues and had all the surgeries and the ostomy bag and everything, a lot of people will tell me that I am so strong and that, oh, I don't know how you did it, you're so strong. And I would always kind of deflect that to be like, well, if that happened to you, you would do the same thing. Like, I didn't have a choice. Like, it's because of my health issues that I am strong. And kind of giving all the pain that I've experienced and the trauma that I've experienced credit for the strength that I have. But Kristal, she was forceful with this lesson, and I'm glad she was, because it rings with me still, that it was me who was strong. I am not strong because of the pain that I experienced. I experienced pain and I'm strong. She reminded me that a lot of people do live through things like this and don't have the outlook that I have and don't have the strength that I have. And I have a really hard time, I even feel uncomfortable just saying that. I just have a really hard time giving myself credit for that. And it's a lot easier for me to deflect and to give all the credit to my circumstance and to what's happened to me. But that's not practicing self-love. So practicing self-love for that scenario in my life currently looks like just reminding myself that I am the strong one and catching myself when I continually deflect it to my circumstance and to the pain and trauma I've experienced. Because that is a habit I am fully in. I definitely don't always give myself the credit that I deserve. Like, it's even hard for me to say the word, like, I deserve credit. I don't know. I'm still working on all this, clearly. And I think we'll all be working on this for all of our lives. So obviously some days are better than others. Some days I feel no shame whatsoever and just like giving myself the credit. And other days it's like I can't even get the words out of my mouth. So wherever you are in the process is perfect. Okay. Community is self-love. Unconscious not wanting to remove trauma because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I don't know who said that. Unconscious not wanting to remove trauma because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So yeah, I guess that just falls under the same category of like kind of glorifying pain and trauma and thinking that we can't be strong if we don't experience pain and trauma. And I think what happens is that experiencing pain and trauma just reminds you of all the strength that you already have, that we all already have. But it's like a muscle. You don't know how strong you are until you have to use your strength. And it's the same, like physically speaking, like working out, your physical muscles don't get bigger unless you work them out. And I feel like it's like that with your resilience and emotional strength as well. It's not like, I don't know if Kristal will agree with that though, because I feel like that's still kind of giving credit to pain. I don't know. I'm clearly still working through all this. Kristal, if you're watching this, I'm interested in what you think about that, because I feel like living through trauma and pain does make you stronger, but it's not. I think it's a both and thing. I don't think it's a but or. I think it's a both and thing, like everything is. I think we have our own inner strength, and living through things where your strength is tested makes you stronger because tests reinforce the lessons. Does that make sense? I don't know if any of this makes sense. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Self-love means awareness of what you can and can't take. I think that's huge. And that's something that you only learn over time and just with awareness over time, I think. So what is an area you want to work on with self-love? For me, I said self-sabotage, my self-talk, eating and consuming. Oh, and then someone in the first class, I forget who it was, she has a morning ritual where she drinks her gratitude. So when she makes her morning cup of coffee or tea, she holds it in her hand and activates her 5 senses and just kind of like smells the coffee, feels the warmth of the cup, feels the warm air hitting the face, listens to the things around her, looks like at the things around her, just truly becomes fully present in the moment. And then she imagines that this is a cup of gratitude and drinks her gratitude. Yeah, I just thought that was really beautiful. Another quote, not sure who said it, I pour love into those who pour love into me. That's a good one. Love yourself in the midst of things you want to fix. That's a really good one. Not taking on too much, know your bandwidth. Keeping stocked up with necessities. Those are things like your future self will thank you for, like not waiting until you're on the last square of your toilet paper to go buy new toilet paper. Simple one, but effective. Wisdom is understanding the temporary and everlasting nature of everything. Hell yeah. Yeah, so I think that's probably about it. Those are just a few of the wonderful insights that I gained from taking Kristal's workshop. Another thing that Kristal is offering is these self-love workshop gift boxes. And I'll put pictures and links of everything up here and down there. I got one for myself and for my mom for Mother's Day. I'm going to share just a few of the things that you can expect to find inside. There's this self-love coaching booklet. Has plenty of exercises and prompts and really good insights and things to think about. Very special information in here. I got a certificate for completing my course. There's this adorable little box of treasures, and they have some really great affirmations inside. My heart deserves to be respected, and joy is my birthright, just to name a few. Really sweet thing. And you can write your own affirmations and put them in here too. Really special and powerful to do that and just kind of like take one for the day. There's this self-love letter that is a really powerful exercise in just speaking words of love into yourself and just getting used to that, because it can feel really awkward and fake if you're not used to that. And even if you are, some days it just feels weird to do that. Like, I feel like I'm having one of those days right now. There's this amazing little like pouch that comes with this mini journal, intensive self-care unit mini journal. It's empty. You can fill it with words of self-love to yourself. You can fill it with notes. You can just keep it in your car, keep it by your bed, in your purse. You know, it's a really good size to just like slide anywhere. Came with all these great stickers. Ooh, we love stickers. What else? What else? This amazing piece of fabric where like you can tell just how amazing it is just by And there's like a sensory exercise that comes with this. It's just like a little lovey. It's a really good centering and grounding tool, and oh, I wish you could feel this. It is like one of the most satisfying pieces of fabric I've ever felt. Okay, so here's all the stuff that's in here. It's one Open Hearts Academy self-love coaching booklet, one self-love letter, and one unique sensory exercise, one travel-size self-love intensive self-care unit as a mini journal, one self-love mirror exercise, one beeswax tea light candle. Oh yeah, I had that right here. Doop. And one ticket for a free 10-minute self-love guided meditation. Ooh, ooh. Yeah. So all this wonderful stuff. The box that I got is no longer listed on the website, but you can still purchase this one if you send Kristal an email and say Ruthie sent me, and you'll get 20% off of the gift box. You can also get the gift box at Kristal's Etsy store and pay in 4 installments or monthly installments via Klarna. You just won't get the 20% off if you do the installments plan. So if this stuff sounded awesome and interesting to you, where you can get more of this, I highly recommend you check out Kristal's Self-Love Monday Nights. Prioritize yourself, solidify healthy habits, and power up your life 1 week at a time. So perfect. She's really good at names. So this particular Monday night workshop will be donation-based. It's pay what you can. And at the end of the 2-hour workshop, you'll receive a free PDF workbook that will guide you through creating self-love habits in your daily life as the weeks go on. And if for any reason you can't even afford a $1 donation, you can send her the message butterfly, and you don't have to explain yourself at all. You'll still receive the free PDF as long as you stay till the end of the workshop. So if you want to go a little deeper into these practices and take a workshop more similar to the one that I took with her, you can sign up for her 5-week workshop that's starting January 15th. It's called Life-Changing Self-Love Poetry Workshop. Relieve stress, unlock your creativity, and find joy in the small things. Wonderful. So that workshop is $2,500, and there is an early bird sale for 20% off if you email this email with the code earlybird. But if you email her the code Ruthie, you will get 30% off. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's everything. I think I covered all I wanted to cover. yeah, clearly I'm a huge fan of Kristal Garcia and Open Hearts Unite and all the work that she's doing. Check out her podcast. She has a podcast called The Vivifier. I'm going to be a guest on it at some point. I'll make sure I post it on my social whenever I have that date. Check out the description below for links to everything I just talked about. Feel free to leave a comment with any questions or insights or feedback or stories or whatever you feel like commenting. Just comment it. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you gained some insights on what self-love is, if it's a brand new concept to you, and how you can grow your self-love and enhance these practices with the help of some really powerful and gentle guidance of Kristal. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Can you hear? Okay, bye. Okay. Okay. So let's get started. So in today's video, I'm going to share. So in today's video, I'm going to share all. So in today's. So in today's video, I'm going to share all these wonderful insights I got from taking insight. Do I have a fucking list? I think I have a list. Is that all? Was that all? That was all. Okay. Bye.